Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why, that's LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. Boy, do I hope you're doing well and are not ill or possibly suffering from anything, because that would be not good. Well, I don't want people to be not good. So yeah. You may have noticed I wasn't on the Steam Still Murder channel last night, because Bert was not good. Which is why I have brought up people being not good. I suspect there won't be anything this evening for Cyberpunk Red either. So I think we will not be doing any of that. Which is a shame. It is a shame. Still, we are here, he said, looking down, to continue with Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Reforged, to give it its full, long title. But yeah, here we are. I hope the music has not been too grating on you as well, because it is a long... I left you waiting for a long time, 10 minutes or so, and while the music is nice, listening to it over the same melody again and again, yeah, not a good thing. Too many faces, which will only get more. Yes, indeed, I have set it up so that every time we come back, there will be a new face. Hopefully it won't take too long, because otherwise I'll run out of places to put faces, because there aren't that many spaces. So, without further ado, let us go over to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar Reforged, he said, again. No, nothing exciting to say. Nyeh. Oh, I should say, Agatha All Along came out, and I still have not seen that. So, I would ask, please, do not spoil things about how Agatha was the murderer all along, because, you know, it was Agatha all along, or whatever it's about. I'm not even sure I know what the series is about at the moment, so, you know, much how, like, WandaVision, nobody knew exactly what it was about to begin with. I don't know if it's in a similar sort of vein, or if there are any flashbacks to her time there, but hey, I'll find that out when I get the chance to watch it. A lot of people are liking it. Are you one of those people, or have you not seen it either? And it doesn't matter if a lot of people like it, I will find out when I watch it. For right now, let's stop listening to this thing and press continue, where we will be transported immediately to Ireland. You've seen it. And are you one of those people then? Oh look, there's a trapdoor right here. Let's
It was a
immediately look at
trapdoor in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
And what about this menu over here?
The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
Why? Was it too bumpy for you? Or did you eat stuff? Okay, I can't examine it any further. No, we can't look through there. Oh, it's the box! A mysterious box that we can never open. Or that we are never...
It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building.
It's an avant-garde restaurant. Yes, so very avant-garde.
I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move.
Yep. We will never be able to open that, not with any of our
The drain
tools.
was covered with an iron grating, through which I could hear the rush and surge of running water. I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
Oh well. Well, here is a person to talk to. Boy, I assume. Boy.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
Why? Why would having milk on your upper lip be a deterrent?
Hi
Sure?
there.
Oh, we're blocking your face.
What?
What's your name,
Maguire.
kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm not lying to anybody. I'm George Stobbart.
I'm George Stobbart, and I'm with the good guys.
Mm.
You're
You
a
don't
head
know the
case,
good or the
mister.
bad yet.
A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you
You
doing
said-
hanging around the bar,
You said
Maguire?
crap to a kid, my God. What a
I'm on the
horrible man.
run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I. See what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
If only I knew any of the things about Huckleberry Finn. Alright, hey, do you want this?
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
And the power
Oh,
of
all right.
religion. Rah!
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
Well, no. Alright, do you know about the Club Element? Random Irish kid on the streets?
Do you recognize this matchbook, Maguire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Well, what about Merlin?
Take a look at this, Maguire.
It's an ID card. What of it?
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin? Or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
That's a shame. Have you seen this man?
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seen him.
Alright, what about this face paint? Have you
What
seen
does
this
this
face paint?
tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
And a nose?
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's a clown's
Good
nose.
answer.
I was almost killed by the guy who wore it.
You should have told the cops.
I did. They weren't interested.
I mean, this was made in 97, wasn't it? Or was it 96? 96, 97, somewhere, one of those 2 years, I'm sure. And it's a red nose. So, comic relief and Red Nose Day would have been a thing by this point. So you would have seen a lot of people with red plastic noses.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. They gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding.
Ow. Alright, okay, well, do you know Professor Pegram?
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
I mean, that would just be... Red Nose was more of a British thing than a French thing. Well, yeah, but we're in Ireland, where there would be some crossover. Okay, I'm not sure how much heavy crossover there would be for that. Yeah, can you describe them like they do on the cop shows? And then proceeds to just give a general description, not like saying whatever the code is. IC1 male? Or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember the things that I've seen. Yeah. Tell me more
Can
about
you tell me
Professor
where
Pegram.
I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
No, alright. Where did he go?
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Skeletons! Skeletons are treasure! Amazing! Whoever knew skeletons were treasure? I know exactly where I can go to get some skeletons. I'll be rich. Rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll have bones to spend wherever. That'll be great. Alright, what about continuing on with this?
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
No.
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Nobody wants to see Pegram's smelly old hole. I see one as white. Was the clown white? I mean, he had grease paint all over his face. But, you know,
Did anyone from the
probably
village
not
work
underneath
at the
that.
dig?
Definitely
Pegram
not
bought
underneath
some
that.
students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What does this Fitzgerald guy look like?
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
What?
You know, spectacles, glasses. He's blind as a bat without him.
Specky Tackles. Have you seen a killer
Have
clown?
you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just
No,
like
it's not
that film I
Jesus.
saw. Did this clown see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Married with a car, eh? Well, I believe you, obviously. I'm just trying to think, when did I start seeing horror movies and stuff? And this is set in 97, or the year of release, which again I thought was 96 or 97. So, you know, he would have been growing up in the 80s as well. Would have seen, you know, all the horrible scarring films, like The Never-Ending Story and Flight of the Navigator, and things like that, which were, you know, not exactly not child-friendly, but weren't what we would show children now. Ghostbusters as well, all those sort of things, with scary bits in them. Grew up with all the video nasties, exactly, yep.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well,
About
can
the
I get
castle.
inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only,
What?
oh, nothing.
Tell me about the ghost.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Of course you aren't. What if I was to make you...
Shake
Shake
my
my-
hand again.
Exactly.
No way.
Oh well.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know
Here's
which
a
school it is or
ghost.
where it is,
it's
or in
called
which direction,
the
but yeah.
Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh, tell me about the ghost.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming
Look how they spelt
from
worst there on that
inside
subtitle.
the
That was great.
castle.
Like the sausage.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
It was a ghost.
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Tell me more about this ghost.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. and a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on me arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
Ow!
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
I do like the musical scores that they do when you're talking about things. Oh, you're talking about a creepy thing? Best put the creepy music in right now. And it's only a tiny little thing that they do for that minute. And then it goes back to the jaunty Irish tunes that we've got here in the background that we can hear. But yeah, just sets the tone for the creepy conversation that you're having right now.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Alright, and we're going to try going up here, he said, and then went up there. There you go, you can see it underneath my head. I know we're going to have to go in there at some point, but right now, let's go up to... Oh!
The farmer's craggy face was set in a
think we
mask of
interacted with the
aesthetic
farmer last time.
appreciation.
I don't
His
think we
feet
came up
were
here
set
to
in a
begin
pair
with.
of manure-caked boots.
Hello, what are you reading there, sir?
Hi. Do you speak English?
Well, now, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I
Both.
was a little out of
Both.
practice.
Could we both? Hello, shake my hand.
Would you like to shake my
To
hand?
go up your head.
What is
Yes.
this? I don't do that male bonding stuff.
Come on, forget your prejudice and shake hands.
Never. It's not natural.
Come on, forget your prejudice and shake hands.
Never. It's not natural.
Yep, shaking hands, unnatural. You heard it here first, folks. Putting your hand in another hand is, or into the palm of another hand, not natural at all. Stop doing it.
What do you make of this
Weird,
matchbook?
freaky.
Seems ordinary enough to me.
What about this?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
I can't read that little writing.
It says Thomas Merlin, Gruber
You're
Electronics.
reading a book.
Is that your name, Tommy Merlin?
No, but what a great stage name. It had what my high school hypnosis act had lacked, style and class. For a few seconds, I bathed in spotlights on a thundering tide of applause. Tommy Merlin, hypnotist.
Yes. Soak up
Are
all
you
the
all
adulation.
I'm fine, I just remembered something.
Alright, how about this man?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, but I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together. He's not a friend of yours, is he?
Oh no, far from it. In fact, I believe it's the face of a killer.
I knew it! Piggy eyes. Can't trust him.
I mean, he's never... I suppose he put the bomb down in front of the... inside the cafe that I was in front of. Or that George was in front of. But, you know, he hasn't tried to kill me directly yet.
What do you make of this tissue?
That's a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Oh, it's theatrical grease paint.
And that makes it all right, does it? I must remember that next time someone complains about the state of me handkerchief.
Yeah.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
You're a circus clown.
No, but I got this from someone who disguised himself as a clown.
Is that a fact? Why did you do that now?
He's a psychotic killer. I think he may be connected with Pegram's disappearance.
We don't know that Pegram has disappeared yet. We just know he's not here. But alright, George.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris.
Oh. Well, good for you. Parisian drain covers are not Irish drinkers. Alright. Now, what about Professor Pegram? Can you tell
Have
me
you
more
seen
about him?
Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Alright. What about your book? Is
Good
it a good
book?
book?
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
Wow, I mean, that's 60 years old now. Oh, sorry, 40 years old now. And would have been 20 years old at the time. Well, no, 50 years old.
What's
I
so
can't do
cool
maths.
about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the play. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Surely the portrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves.
Well, there we go.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
That's a fair whack of time.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar Preceptory.
Where was the site of the Templar Preceptory?
Right here, on Temple Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls, there's a Templar chapel.
Well, tell us more.
Did Pegram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Oh, but what about the
Do you
castle
mind if I
itself?
climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
What? You'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I'd stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance, not while I'm here to stop you.
I mean, do you want to perhaps
I have
try
to
the
go
door
now.
first of all? George? No? Look, there's a door right here. You don't even know that the door is locked. You didn't go far enough to be able to see that.
The gates were made of solid, age-blackened wood.
Open them.
Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
So, I mean, even they didn't move at all? Not even, they didn't even have given them to do this? You are so unimpressive that you cannot move the doors a tiny iota. Alright. I guess we have to take the thing and try and climb the hay bales.
On the
Let's look at
back
them
of the
up.
cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
Get away, you silly noodle! Can't you see the load's unstable?
No. Oh, that's going back down. I was thinking it was going to be over here because we need to go down. Alright, here we go. We will go down and climb down my head. Off we go. Emerge from my head, George. There we go. Look, walk in this direction, thank you. And it's time, after that busy time, to go into good old Irish artisan bar. Or artisan food place. Hey, look at everybody! Man, look at all the three-dimension, well, not three dimensions, but look at all the high-quality sprites we have here. I'm tempted. No, that's not white. Alright, okay, menu options. I'm tempted to go back to the old sprites just to see show me the original thing. Again, I wish there was some button. There probably is a button. If I look at... No. There's no thing I can see. It does it. Alright, okay. Here we are. Look at it all in its glory. Man, don't they all look amazing? You can barely see that there's a box on the table. Look, there's blue lines. That might be part of a box. And then look at the glass over here. That looks very interactable and stand-outy, but it's not. Tell them you ruined the Circle of Mad Jack. Did I ruin the Circle of Mad Jack? Is that something I can't remember I've done? I mean, that isn't in this game, I know that for certain. Reforged. Apply it back. Thank you. Look! The box has mysteriously appeared, but the blue is less blue than before. And now your drink is not all highlighted. Alright, well. Let's start clockwise and work around the room and go that way. Reference to 43 yards and the Wolfman Orange.
The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
Well, let's talk to him.
He wasn't listening.
Oh, that is a shame. That's the way back out. Is there anything hidden under my head? No. Hello, regular.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture.
Hello, other regular.
There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home. His elbow rested on an obviously soggy piece of towel.
A soggy piece of towel, you say?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
I want it now, amazingly. Alright, hey, regular.
Hello there. My name's George Stobbart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Yes, you can shake my hand.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
I'd rather not. You see, I happen to notice that vibrating buzzer in your palm.
Well done.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
Ooh, Middle Eastern.
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
Have you seen this man?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Okay, what about this tissue? Have you seen this tissue before?
What do you make of this
Vitally
tissue?
important that you
I
tell
guess
me.
that muck on it is grease paint.
There's no fooling you, Mr. O'Brien.
Good for you. What about this red nose?
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
It's a clown's nose, isn't it? I haven't been to a circus since I was 10 years old. O'Donnelly and I walked all the way to Ballymore, 15 miles in our bare feet.
I'm trying to remember when I went to the circus. Because I have been to the circus, and I went to a big circus that was doing a big performance in London. Man, can I not remember the name of these things. It was fun, but could I tell you, oh, there was people on the high wire, or they did a clown act where there was a thing going on, or it wasn't that sort of circus, and they went round and round in circles on animals or anything. No, I can't tell you a damn thing about it. But I went there, and it was fun at the time, but I can't remember anything.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Man.
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
How come you know that?
I'm a man of the world, Mr. Stobbart.
Really good for you. Alright, hi. Can you tell me anything about the ghost? Or the castle, rather?
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Pegram thought otherwise, didn't he?
Ah, but it's not difficult to get them history boys excited, is it? Give them a bone to play with, and they're happy as puppies.
Well, what about this mysterious tripod?
Was it Pegram who dug up the tripod at the castle?
The same man, if he wasn't his twin brother. And can you guess what he did with the tripod?
He sent it
He
to
sent
France.
it to a museum in Paris. I've seen it.
That's why I'm here. We're doing some sort of exchange thing where, you know, you send tripods to Paris and Paris sends American tourists. That's how this is working out. You doing okay with that? Does it sound like a good deal? Oh look, there's a baseball up there. If only I could take that and transport it into Fallout 4, and then I would have some cork. But no. Alas, cannot do that.
Have you heard of the Phantom?
Dun dun
More than
dun.
that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no. I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Export sneezes. We've got a lot here. Yeah. I mean, that guy over there. He's pushing his drink every time he sneezes. Alright, tell me about...
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A soft fight with our esteemed host, I might add.
Oh, why? Well, not
Do you
why.
know
Tell
where
me more
Pegram
about
is
it.
gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
What gem? They found a gem? Gem
What
in the
can you tell me
holograms?
about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem, which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewels? You're not a reporter, are you?
No, I'm not a reporter, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Alright, tell me about why the landlord hates him.
Why is Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Man, this is of its time, isn't it? No credit card machine in which to take a pre-authorization. No, I mean, and he's up here. Is he not doing this on the behalf of someone? There's no, like, university or something who is expensing it out to him? No? So he can't do any of that. Alright, okay. Well, there we go. Hey, tell me more.
Can you tell me more about the
He quit his
landlord?
job, didn't
Mick
he?
Leary?
Up here.
He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Ho ho ho. Alright, and who's the guy with the spectacles?
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
What makes you think he did?
The boy outside told me.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Goodbye for
Maybe
now.
he didn't work there. Maybe the boy was lying to us. Or maybe we should talk to this regular now.
Hi, my name's Stobbart, George Stobbart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
You can shake my hand.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
Oh, alright. What about the club element?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
And this?
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
That took a long time, but it's great. Have you seen this man?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
Don't be fooled. This is the face of a psychopathic killer.
No. Well, there's one in the eye for me and my men.
Have you seen this nose?
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
No, not me.
Haha, you're a good one, aren't you? Did you hear that, Michael?
I hate clowns.
Listen to this fella. I hate clowns, says he. Isn't he just the funniest man you ever did see, Michael? He's not a clown, Doyle. He's not even remotely funny.
Thanks.
Hey, I wouldn't go that far, but alright. What about this?
What do you
Do
make
know
of this
about the
tool?
It's
the
for lifting
manhole
manhole covers.
tool? Man,
That's
everybody's so
I found it
knowledgeable
in
about
Paris.
these things.
Well, you look at that. A French sewer key. Marvellous.
Oh, if only we could find a use for it here in Ireland. And what about this grease paint stained tissue? Do you know what it is?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No. But you should show that to my granny. She could tell you fortune from it.
From a soiled tissue?
Sure. Some people read tea leaves. My granny reads handkerchiefs.
Alright, and what about this?
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing.
Ooh.
Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
No, I'm really just a tourist trying to track things down, so I'm going to say no.
Oh no, I'm here on vacation.
What's that?
The vacation part. It's what the Americans call a holiday.
Oh, right. In Lochmarn? You come to Lochmarn for a holiday?
Sure, it's a very pretty place.
Where the hell are you from, mister? California. I know it. That's where the Bruins come from.
Yeah, amongst other things.
I thought it was the California Raisins. Alright. And yeah, Pegram, do you know anything about the professor?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Were you working on the dig?
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology part. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers.
Calcified
Fast
livers.
food cartons and flavoured condoms, more likely.
Oh, well, have you heard anything about the gem?
Is it true that Pegram found a valuable gem?
What? First I heard of it.
Where have you been, Pat? That gem is the talk of every town from Lochmarn to Ballydoon.
Nobody told me. The lucky sod. So that's why he scampered.
Maybe it is. And do you know anything more about the digging?
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerd. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Maybe. Not the right
Bye
kind of
for
holes,
now.
though. Speaking of holes and the filling of them, I went and had a look. The original Broken Sword came on CDs, 2 CDs, and had an install. When you hit it, you could do a full or a partial install, and the full install was 220 megabytes. This game, when I installed it, was 7.1 gigabytes. I mean, I get that the graphics are better and everything, and I guess the music is expanded so that it sounds clearer and crisper, but I'm not sure what they added that added, you know, so much to this, but still. I'm very surprised. That poo that we found in the first one, that couldn't have been, you know, 7 gigs worth of stuff, could it? More pixels. Ah, pixels! Indeed. But 7 gigs worth of pixels. Maybe. Alright, what do we got in the beer pump?
It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever.
Well, let me try
I was
and push
about
it.
to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last.
Alright, well there's a landlord.
The white
Let's talk to
whiskers on the
landlord
bartender's
instead.
flushed face were like garlands on a Christmas tree. The resemblance ended there. The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel.
Alright, well...
Top of the morning to you.
George.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well,
Exactly.
I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to stay, I think.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
I can't remember where I heard it, but I remember... Man, this is going to be a stupid story. I remember hearing somebody say, "Oh, I can never live in a place where somebody had died." Yeah, I think they were like from... I want to say from America, because we're doing the American thing here. And, you know, America is a relatively new country where houses are built and knocked down reasonably frequently so that you can, you know, have new mod cons and stuff. And I was thinking... the place I currently live? I can think of 2 people who have died in here already. I mean, I'm not likely to forget somebody who died here. Yeah? But 2 people have died in this house that I currently live in. So, you know, and that is in the time that I have been here. And it's been standing for longer than I have been here. So, you know, there's probably more deaths here, so... I don't know. Alright, how about you shake my hand first of all?
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
How many was I responsible
Nothing.
for?
Come on, just shake my hand.
Oh, not just now,
I mean,
mister.
none of the ones that
I
I
have to be
wasn't
careful on account of the health
that happened
restrictions.
before I arrived
Aw,
here.
jeez.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I suppose I could have somehow been responsible for the ones that I don't know about that might have been beforehand, but I doubt that highly. And the other 2, no. Alas, I did not, you know, turn on the gas heater or something and let gas escape into the rooms, thus suffocating them. Nor did I go and kill anybody by stabbing them because they were being loud or anything. Nothing like that, I'm afraid. Alright, you don't want to shake my hand. How about the club element?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
No. Let me... There are achievements. I saw something about this. I think it was take 3 drinks. So let's have a pint.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Look at that anime. Can I...
Thanks.
Let's look at the
The
beer.
glass contained a dark liquid like molasses, with a creamy white froth on the top.
Drink it. Oh, it is going down.
The glass was empty.
I should have looked at it when it was half full.
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
Hello, can I have another?
Excuse me,
Yes, sir?
Another beer, please.
may I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. how is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
Notice how George did not pay for that drink in any way, shape, or form.
Thanks. The glass contained a dark
You're
liquid
just
like
telling me the same thing.
molasses, with a...
Drink it. Alright, come on, if we look at it
The
again.
glass contained
No,
a...
you're still saying that. And now,
The glass contained a dark liquid like molasses,
are you going to
with
tell me
a
it's half empty or half
creamy
full?
white froth on the top.
You're an optimist? Neither. You're neither optimist nor pessimist.
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew.
Alright,
I
what if I
felt
ask for
strangely
another one?
compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
And this is the only chance we have to order beer.
Excuse me.
So,
Yes, sir?
give me another.
Hey, how about another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners. And money.
I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails are chic, cool, and popular with younger drinkers.
Come on,
What?
record
Kids
scratch.
in the bar? Can you imagine it? Pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
No, there we go. Well, let's drink it.
Thanks.
There we go. Indecent proposal, pinball, pimples, and puke was the name of the achievement as well. So, achievement unlocked. I don't have to drink this third one. Alright, let's just talk to the landlord.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Right. Let's talk about the things. What about? I've tried to shake your hand. Did I club element you?
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
Alright. What about Thomas Gruber?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Maybe. I don't know.
Nah, it was a long shot.
Do you recognize this man?
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism?
Dial. Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Ah, never mind.
Getting repeatedly hit in the head. Probably not a good thing for him.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Oh my god, worse than old Ron over here, sneezing over everything all the time. I feel insulted.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
It's not Red Nose Day again, is it?
I don't know. But this is part
There
of
is
the
a red
clown's
nose
costume.
reference.
I
I'd
know
forgotten.
that. Good God Almighty. What do you take me for? And before you ask, I haven't seen any clowns in the bar.
Yeah, alright. Look at that. There was a red nose reference. Maybe I was remembering it.
Here's something which might interest you.
Huh? Well, what is it?
My passport to the sewers of Paris.
Is that so?
What
Did
a
you see
poetic
the
turn of
snooker
phrase.
last night, Mr. O'Brien?
We haven't got a television, Michael.
I know that. Why is it, if you don't mind me asking?
If God had meant us to watch television, we'd all be like Doyle.
I take it no one wants to hear about my underground escapades.
I'd rather drink me own beer.
Well, that's a shocking indictment, isn't it? Alright, what do you know about the...
What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Who was the first person?
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his ass.
Good for you, Meg. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Alright, what about Professor Pegram?
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
No. We know that he will get angry because we need to pay his bills still, and we're telling the truth.
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Why? Why do you want him locked away? Is it because he owes you money? Because of the room?
Did Pegram stay here?
That's right. In the best room in the house.
That's the one with the bed.
Really? The one with the bed?
Can I see Pegram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
Alright, well what about Sean?
I'm looking for a man named Fitzgerald.
Fitzy? What's he done?
I believe he may have worked at Pegram's dig.
Sean Fitzgerald? Work? You got the wrong guy.
Oh, well, alright. I mean, I like how there's, like, hey, there's a picture of his face. And we're still going around going, I'm looking for him. I mean, I know
Thanks.
the picture doesn't represent what's going on, but still. We've done that. Oh, there's the telephone.
It was a telephone, incongruous in the rustic setting of the homely bar.
Boop, 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 boop. We can call B. Todrick still. And Labano, like croon. Alright. Let's call
No point in
Todrick.
phoning that guy again.
Oh, but I wanted to. Alright, let's call Nicole in Ireland and rack up a huge phone bill for this guy.
Allô? Collard. J'écoute.
Nico?
Who is this?
It's me, George.
Oh, hello, George. Where are you?
I'm in Ireland.
What's it like there?
Kinda sleepy. Comatose, even.
Did you get to talk to Pegram?
I haven't found him yet. I figured I'd call you first. Are you okay?
Oh, sure I am. Don't worry about me, George. Any signs of our friend the clown?
You're kidding. He probably never even heard of Lochmarn.
There we go. You never even, I mean, I didn't put any money in or anything. Oh, glass washer.
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Oh, and there's a plug.
It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
And there's a hatch.
The end of the bar was hinged, like the drawbridge on a medieval castle.
Or like just about any other bar. Gonna open it up.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I just wanted to see
Excuse
the
me?
hinge on this.
No customers behind the bar. Ever.
Alright, I'm not a customer. I haven't paid for those beers you've given me, so that's alright. Also, I just wanted to make it go because, you know, why not? That would be fun. Hey, old man, old Ron.
I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair.
Good.
Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
Hello, old man.
Hi there, old-timer. What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Oh, yes, prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. It's the hay fever.
Halitosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Why would you care about police? What about your drink? What are you drinking? Apart from your snot that you are sneezing into your...
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
What can it do? Put hairs on your chest. I'm George Stobbart. I have become a man. Because I have drunk 2 pints of the stuff. What do you know about Loch
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Oh, let me try and buzz your hand first.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it.
Alright, tell me about the ghost instead, eh?
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochmarn?
I was going to say, we don't
That'll
get
be the day.
skunks. Badgers.
No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
Tell me more
I
about the
think I
ghost.
know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh,
Mystery solved. No ghosts in this universe.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
you can't. It's not open to the public.
There's
there
no
is
one
a
around
ghost
to
in this
stop me,
universe,
is
but
there?
that's in
That's right.
Broken Sword 2.
Nothing human, anyhow.
So no ghosts in this Reforged universe at the moment. Tell me about Pegram.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Yeah, Ron, it was. Alright, oh, we haven't done the items yet. Tell
What
me
does this
about
matchbook
stuff.
mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
Take a look at this ID card.
Take a look. Oh, yes. Little plastic picture.
I don't suppose it means anything to you, does it?
No.
You are annoyed that when you say take my hand, no one says, why are you a stranger? I assume that is stranger, not stranger. I assume you're missing the S. A stranger in paradise. I don't get the reference. It's too highbrow and literary for me. Alright, have you seen this man?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Is that supposed to be you?
No, I don't have a scar on my face, and I'm not from the Middle East.
I can't tell without me glasses.
Alright, what about this nose?
What does this red nose mean to you?
I suppose you're collecting for charity?
No, I'm not. I want to
Used
know
it
if
all the
you've
time in
seen
the
someone
Goon Show.
wearing a nose like this.
No, I haven't.
Did they? I mean, I have listened to quite a few Goon shows. Definitely not all of them, and probably not even nowhere near a majority of them. I would hazard. But yeah, I've listened to a load of them. I don't remember that. Hey, what do I know?
Can you identify this tool?
No.
What
You
about
can
this
make use of
snotty
this
old
tissue.
hanky?
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Alright, well, back to Professor Pegram and his P.
Do you know where I can find
Graminess.
Pegram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
Alright, what about the dig?
Were you aware that Pegram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
Alright, what about Sean?
I'm looking for Sean Fitzgerald. Have you seen him?
Never heard of him.
Don't you come from around here?
None of your business. I didn't ask where you come from, did I?
I'm from
California.
California.
That's your problem.
Alright, well, thanks very much. Hold on.
I'll see
I'm
you
sure
later.
We'll be back later to do things. But yeah. So, someone with spectacles. And we've asked everybody who is not wearing spectacles, or that we couldn't see wearing spectacles. Oh, you just started doing that now, have you?
I'd been taught not to judge people.
Alright, we've heard
Nobody ever...
That's interesting. Ow. He said, bang my leg. But you're starting to fiddle with the wire now. I didn't think you were doing that until later, but alright. Hey. Now this person who has things on his face, could he be...
I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy.
There we go, and we can't do anything with that box. Alright, time to go and talk to Man.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
What?
I need to speak with you urgently.
What's the problem?
Alright, well first of all, get buzzed.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Yeah,
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone.
that's because you keep saying, shake my hand. You should just extend your hand in a friendly greeting. Hi there, how you doing? Buzz. Ah! That's how you get them.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Alright, Thomas Groover.
Check out this pass.
Yeah. It's yours, is it?
Not exactly. Do you recognize the name?
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
Alright, what about you?
What do you think this tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? We'll be learning something every day.
What does this
Yes.
red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scrap.
You like watching these and you're in a group. What about you after it ends and so on? Back to lurking. Well, thank you for lurking in my chat. That is great. How about I reward you with this naughty handkerchief?
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Alright, what about beers?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all.
You on
I'm
the
on
medication?
tablets for my nerves.
Yeah.
More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Alright, I'm going to show you this, but I think this ends the conversation. I'm not sure. I know something ends the conversation abruptly.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No. At least I don't think so.
Look
Alright, okay.
closely. He has a scar on his face.
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Alright, tell me about Loch Lomond.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little uns fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
But somebody told me you worked for Pegram.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Shifty dog eyes, moving your head back.
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right.
Tell me about things.
Where can I
Shifty.
find Professor Pegram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
Perhaps in some sort of lake.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Tell me about gems then.
Have you heard about the gem which Pegram found?
I heard a rumor, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
Nope, I particularly didn't see you grab hold of the box that was right in front of you. Alright, well, looks like I couldn't end
See
your
you later.
conversation quickly. I could have sworn there was a bit where you just ran out of here. I guess maybe that is something else going on. Right, well, let's go and see McGuire, because McGuire told me he definitely was a person. That Irish harp that's there. Well, not the harp that's there that is the symbol of Guinness on the outside. Hello, McGuire.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
Alright. Well, lightly feathered upper lip milk person.
Hey,
Tell me things.
McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Gems.
I heard
Ow.
that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochman all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
And what about working?
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh yes, it was him all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well,
Maybe.
he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Pegram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
I knew it.
The box on the
But how am
table
I
that
going
you
to
mysteriously
persuade him to
grabbed
part
when
with
we
it?
talked about gems.
Break his fingers.
My
No,
God.
I couldn't do that.
I
Who
could.
would have thought?
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
Do you know where I could find Fitzgerald?
He's inside, but you won't get no sense out of him.
How come? Is he drunk?
He's like a frightened rabbit. A real bag of nerves.
Where
Boy,
where
the
is this
fella's
Fitzgerald
scared of
that
his
I've
own
already
shadow.
spoken to and has not left the premises of the place I am standing outside of? Where could he be?
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover. But don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
Hey, you look like a good margarine.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Is that not what you mean? Hello, again. Why does that say Patrick's on it when that is not the name of the bar that we are in? Hello again, Fitzgerald.
Hello.
You did work up there, I'm sure of it.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
Last night.
He's a little liar. He'll say anything to get attention.
Well, it's his word against yours, I guess.
No?
See you later. I'd been taught not to...
No. I wanted to see... No, you're still calling him old man and not anything else. Alright, well, I believe it is time to go up my head. It's time to go up the path, which is underneath where I have placed my head in this. No? Hello, farmer.
Hi, it's me again.
So I see. What now?
Pegram.
Do you think Pegram's disappearance is due to the curse?
Look at the facts. He dug up the gem. He disappeared. Bingo. It doesn't take a degree in mathematics to work that one out, does it? You don't have to be a smarty Pythagoras with a calculator.
I guess not.
Pegram has run off with the gem.
Woo!
I have to go now.
Alright, I mean, I thought it triggered while I was up here. But obviously not. Hey McGuire, I didn't threaten him in the slightest. Do you have any ideas?
Hey,
I tried nothing.
McGuire.
I'm all out of ideas.
What do you want to know?
No, alright.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Can I try and take the box? Is the box an available thing? No, alright. Hey Fitzgerald.
Hello.
Maybe I could threaten you with this guy. Well, you're no
Do
speed
you
runner.
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Yeah,
Damn
it
it,
is.
you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone. See you later.
I mean, people have definitely seen you. And I don't...
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
No.
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Hey,
Doyle.
hello there again, mister.
There. Yeah.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Alright, have a beer.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
What? No, a pint of whiskey, thanks. And now? No.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of stewards. He was speaking with the
You
boss
can't
man.
drink a pint of Bovril.
Bye for now.
Thank you, Spaced.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
Do you remember that? No, okay.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, so there are two people who definitely agree that you were there. Now I confront you, maybe.
Hello.
Hello. You were definitely up at the dig.
Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig.
Yeah.
He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
Just my luck. Grasped up by a delinquent and a dimwit.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Maybe?
Yeah.
There's a clown
You too,
after
if
him,
I'm right.
or
You're not
somebody who
in the
dresses
social
as a clown.
security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for people.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you
Off to
and
jail
your
with you.
conscience. All I want is
I
to
mean,
talk to Pegram about
maybe.
the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he?
Didn't he? That package.
What did Pegram find at the castle?
The entrance to an underground chamber. It was filled with earth and rubble, and Pegram had us dig it out. We uncovered a secret room, a hidden chapel.
A
Did
hidden
Pegram
room.
find the gem in the altar room?
I don't know. He made us leave and wouldn't tell us why. Half an hour later he came out, white as a sheet he was. He closed down the dig and locked up the castle, sent us all away.
From the sound of it, Pegram had discovered more than just the gem.
I mean, what authority did he have to shut up the castle? He didn't own the castle. I could shut up if a bunch of people were coming into my room to search for something. I could order them out and shut it up. Yeah, but I couldn't order them to not go into the house, into like my place of work, if I don't have the authority there. Yeah? What weird things.
So where did
you
Pegram
have
go?
going on there?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving.
I mean, I'm just noticing that these all look
He
like
asked
they're
me to give
stained
this
red
package
from
to a
blood.
guy called
They're not.
Marquet.
Tell me about the box.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
I mean, you don't know these people either.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
Would he
I'm
kill
getting
me?
threatening.
Who will?
Man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
Do you really want to see Fitzgerald's package? Look, I'm going around showing everyone my tool. So, you know, fair turnabout is fair play. And look, now we know what Jack Marquet looks like.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet.
Somehow.
Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore.
I'll
I
tell you
wish
who
I'd
not to
never even
trust.
heard of the Lochmarn gem.
That's alright, you haven't. No, a thing happened.
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out.
We don't care for
Noisy
anybody's
little
safety
tyke.
in here.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy, Michael.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay first?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Well, I'm not doing that, but I'm going to walk outside and find out what's going on. What thing could have happened outside? Look, the mysterious box is open. Mysterious box.
I was
Mysterious
telling the
plastic
truth about
box.
Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding my own business, and I
Action
saw
sequence.
this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I. And I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. Well, the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner.
And he was. Look,
Next
blood.
thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
A pixie? Really? Are you sure? Also, where did those squealing tire marks go that were right there in the description? But never mind.
Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid.
I'm
but
very
not.
special.
I'm just an ordinary guy caught up in a whirlpool of intrigue.
And you're drunk.
Not so.
Yeah, you've been drinking mucky beer in the boozer.
Only a few glasses.
Oh no, the kid called me out for doing a thing.
Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
But I did. I noticed it in the thing.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Alright, well. What's this?
The plastic cover had been smashed by the pixie's car, revealing a switch.
See? I told you we would never open it. Nobody else opened it for us. I don't know what that drain is for. I think that drain is for anything. Hello. I just want to see if any of you have reactions to Sean being dead. Because I can't recall if you do or do not.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Nope.
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Nope.
Hey! Hello there again, mister. What do you know about leprechauns, Doyle?
Leprechauns? Is it the little people you're talking about? Sure, and a cousin of mine was wed to one.
Oh, come on. Did you really expect me to believe that?
It's the truth, I'm telling you. She fell asleep on a fairy ring, see? When she woke up, there he was. A little fella. All in green.
Tell me more about this intriguing thing.
Tell me more about your cousin, the leprechaun.
Oh, no.
Well, young Mary was speechless, especially when the leprechaun up and spoke to her. Be my bride, me darling, says he, and she'll never want for riches again. Okay, says she, and he slips a ring of daisies on her finger.
Amen.
So there you are, proof that the little people exist.
Well, that's no proof. All you have is her word for it.
Not so. The following spring, she had a little baby.
Oh, well, I wonder where that came from.
Did the leprechaun's promise come true?
What promise was that now?
That she'd never want for riches again.
Now, there's the strangest thing. She never did.
I thought you said she was claiming the social part.
Indeed, Mr. O'Brien. But there's riches. And riches.
I was going to say, I never wanted riches.
She told me, Pat, she says, that little darling boy is all the riches in the world to me.
There we go. And also, you'll never want for riches in your whole life again, says Trixie Genie, immediately ending your life.
Bye for now.
Or in this case, it was a leprechaun. Do you know anything about Patrick?
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Sean, sorry.
Hello there. What now?
Red sports car. Did you see
The
it?
boy told me Fitzgerald was driven away in the car that hit him.
McGuire's always spinning wild yarns. I don't know where he gets them from. Television, I expect, or comics. If I was you, I'd take what he
Maybe
says with a
video
generous
games
pinch
have
of
turned
salt.
him against everybody.
McGuire's tale about the car sounds quite plausible to me.
Video
He
games.
says the driver was dressed like a leprechaun.
That boy has a head full of fluffy toys.
Alright, bye.
Goodbye for now.
Now we're going to ruin these people's lives. We're going to absolutely destroy everything that was going on. We're going to devastate the community. We are going to end all, I was going to say forms of entertainment, but that's not quite true. All joy and happiness within this village. With the simple click of a button.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Well, there we go. We've done it.
The plastic cover had been smashed by the pixie's car, revealing a switch.
Which you had subsequently destroyed. No? I thought people were meant to be talking about how horrible it was. And terrible.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
No? Alright, let me...
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Well, give me a second. Let me drink my beer. In the most, you know... You can tell he's not a native to these isles. Neither Britain nor Ireland. Because he didn't down it in one when he had an important thing to do.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Give me a beer.
Give me another beer, dude. Give everyone another beer. Let's party, guys.
I think you've had enough, don't you?
Hey, listen. Is it supposed to taste the way it does?
Gopeline stout is brewed from the finest chemicals in the world.
Don't you think you've had
I'm
enough?
sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh, well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
It's a horrible, horrible tragedy.
Thanks. Hey.
Hello there again, mister.
Well, I can't tell you about the beer.
Oh, nothing really.
What about you? Can I tell you about the beer?
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
No, I can't tell you. Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
Alright, well, there we go. What a horrible, horrible thing to have happened, eh? I have destroyed this village by making sure that the pumps no longer work, and then claiming to be a person who could... Well, I haven't claimed to be a person who could fix it yet, but that's what I'm going to do.
Hi.
Hello!
It's me again.
So I see. What now?
Now, did you see the big old sports car?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car! And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
He was here killing your nephew? I think it is. Someone.
The
Killing
driver
Sean,
of the
anyway.
Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
What an idiot.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's
Don't
a
worry,
relief,
he's
though.
not dead. He's just been disappeared.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
True enough.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay
I want
here
to.
and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
Speaking of things that it is too late to affect the outcome of, and I'm going to bring this up again, the Kickstarter Game Found thing, Game Found being the name of the place, which is like Kickstarter, but specifically for board games, for the Cyberpunk board game ended, and they raised over $7 million. So that was a thing. That was a thing that they did. So yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 will be having a board game. Yeah, I paid attention to the campaign, and there are so many stretch goals and things on there. Yes, thank you for linking to it again. You can still, I mean, you cannot get in on the campaign. Obviously, you cannot back it there, but you could back it in like a month's time or something when they open the backer kit, and you can buy all the things on there if you wanted to. But I don't know that it's worth it now. I don't know. If you were going to do it, I would have backed it during the campaign when you got so much free stuff. I'm not sure I would do it now, if I were you. But hey, that's not why we're here. We're here to solve the mystery of the Knights Templar, not the mystery of why you didn't back a thing. Did I back it? Yes. Yeah, I did back it, as it happens. Unsurprisingly, I enjoyed it, and I thought I enjoyed 2077, the video game, and I was interested in seeing how they did it in the board game. From all the play, I did extensive looking at it, all the play testing and the reviews and the let's plays, etc. that they did of the board game. It looked like a interesting game, so yeah, I went for it. Hey, person who is trying to get cheap viewers. No. You get banned. But now, yeah. No, go away. There. All right. So yes, I banned that person who was there. But yeah, no, I did back the Cyberpunk thing because, yeah, as I say, I enjoyed the thing, and I am happy to. Reward is not the right thing, but I wish to encourage more of the stuff in that vein from both I mean, CD Projekt Red were involved in this at the very least as licensees, but I think they had some input in how the game and everything was done and what sort of feel it should have for it. So I was happy to say, hey, I enjoyed your thing. I would like more of your thing. And say, yes, please. I encourage you to produce more of your thing. I mean, even though they're already started making the sequel to, or the next game, which is probably not a sequel at all, but might, vaguely have some notion that it is minorly connected to 2077. But yeah, there we go. And Sean, what are you doing?
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Yep. Woo!
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Well then, let's look at this stack of hay.
On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
Now what? Oh!
Richard's just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
Well, I can't sit on the hay bales and swivel around, I'm afraid, but I will do it right here.
Richard's just redeemed hydrate.
There I have gone round and round. Oh, and...
Richard's just redeemed loud noises.
Loud noises! Well, we're almost there, so... Meh, meh, because that is... the goat. Also, drinks. Hydrations. I am sufficiently hydrated. Oh, something else is happening.
Richard's just redeemed streech.
Oh yes, that is a good idea. Thank you for reminding me to stretch. And stretch the finger as well, as we're doing a lot of pointing and clicking. Very useful. Alright, now, hey Vowels, I know how to climb you. And I remember how to get up this bit as well.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. No. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach.
I mean,
what I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
I mean, you cannot reach the ramparts, the top, but the wall itself is not out of reach. You can just, put it out and just touch it like that. And it's right there. There is the wall. Oh, look, there's also a crack.
There was a narrow crack between two of the stones where the centuries-old mortar had crumbled away.
I mean, there's also that crack, and these all look like holes and things.
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Well, isn't it convenient that I brought with me a sewer key? Whoop! Somehow coming out of my pocket.
I inserted
there.
the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
And now we can go up. Look at that! Huzzahs! And now to see... Well, it's not the ghost, but it is a horrible creature. Yeah! Well, now to see what they have done. Because in the original, this was a timing puzzle. You had to click in one area and then click in another area and rush over there really quickly in the original. And when they did the director's cut, they stopped the timing element of it because this was the point where where they had the most complaints about people not understanding how to do the puzzle. So let's see what they've done.
It was the fiercest, meanest-looking old goat I'd ever laid eyes upon.
As opposed to the goat in the second game, who talks to you. And isn't there a goat in the third game as well? I seem to recall there's a goat somewhere in might be the fifth game, somewhere on the Spanish estate, which I don't think you go back to in the second one. I think you do go back to it in the fifth game. Or do you go back to it in the third game? I can't recall. It's definitely, I'm sure you go back to the estate in the fifth game, because it was a love letter to everything that had come before. I can't recall if you do in the third game. Alright, goat, I'm going to come over and talk to you. Well. Hiya, goat.
Hey, Billy. The animal fixed on me with an evil glare. Behind the malice and resentment, there was a cool intelligence.
How you doing, boy?
I felt as threatened as I'd been by the assassin and his goons in Paris.
Alright, well, let's go down this. Don't worry about me. I'm going down the steps. Ah! Since you can die now. I don't know that I can die now, but yeah. I can't die at this bit, at the very least. And yeah, I'm pretty certain I've turned off the Bart the for this. Because I'm going to do all the deaths anyway.
It was a rusted piece of iron. Maybe part of a plow or something.
Well, okay, let's go. This is how we do it. Alright. And then while you're backing up... Oh no? I need to do it the other way around. Alright, over here first of all. And then, while I'm knocked down, then do it. Get ready over here on the plow. Quickly, get up, run, Pew! Gotcha! And they have left it as a timing puzzle.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Woo! The goat. The myth. The legend. Achievement unlocked. Yeah! Hello. Talk to you now, stupid old goat.
Hey, Billy.
The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare. It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
Let's try moving it with the goat on there.
No way was I going near that old goat.
Alright, okay. Who tied up this goat and just left it here? And, you know, why would they... I mean, then they closed up the castle, so were they just leaving it to die? Poor goat, it just wanted to butt you. I mean, I'm not into bestiality, so... Yay! Your head seems inordinately big and out of proportions there, George, I'm afraid. Alright, what have we got here? It's holes!
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately.
Alright, well, what if I stick my fingers in the holes?
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
Oh dear. There are 4 holes! No, there are definitely 5. Look, we can count them. 1, 2... Okay, let's do it without that thing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely 5. And what's that? It's a panel.
Behind the altar was a carved panel, decorated with animals, birds, and plants.
Was there, George? Was there? Can you possibly point out to me where these animals are on this? Because I don't see any. Does anybody else see any animals? I mean, there's a man over here kneeling down, but that's a knight. There's a thing up here, which is a shield. That's got loads of spots on it, not an animal. I mean, those could be. Oh, look, it's actually ivy or leaves of some description, but I think it's heraldic patterns rather than actual vegetation and stuff. So I don't see any animals on this, unless this is a painting and it's all yucky and we can't see it. I don't know.
I tried in vain to move the panel.
Alright, well, what else have we got? We've got a sack.
The sack contained a fine white powder.
Drugs!
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris.
Nah.
I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Alright, so it's not a drug conspiracy. Alright, what we do have... Exciting.
It was a handful of plaster left in the castle by Pegram's archaeology team.
Alright, well, there we go. And... ooh, a bench.
The bench had probably been used by Pegram and his archaeological team. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack.
And then we got a statue.
It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall.
Excuse me.
5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving.
Alright, well. What do you think we can do with this?
The
We can knock
statue
it
was
over.
too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
Alright, well,
The statue lay face up in the soft sand.
but now we can do this.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
Yep. We need to get those holes into that hole, those holes there. Now, I do remember how to do this. But I don't remember if I need to do this first or after I have done the other thing. Alright, right now.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Yep.
The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster.
Well, there we go. There's George. Always good at filling holes. Do. I didn't say that. And we tied up a goat. Alright, we're going down. Continue going down. I mean, the fact that they just reversed that animation, it looked weird walking backwards. Hey, I found a goat. Do you want to know about this goat?
Hey,
Maguire.
What do you want to know?
No, apparently you don't. Oh, I've still got some plaster of Paris.
see you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
What's that for? I can't recall what I used it for the second time.
Hello.
Hello there. Let me introduce you to my pals.
We've already met. I want you to know you have my sympathy.
Oh, it's just terrible, awful.
It's the worst news I heard all day.
It's topped the bad news all right for this week and the next.
The whole year.
It's worse than that. It's the worst disaster in living memory.
Isn't it the biggest calamity in the history of the village?
Yep, we've
I
ruined
would
the
say
village.
it's the biggest in the history of Ireland.
The most awesome disaster since mankind paddled out of the primal plot.
There's no beer.
I mean, I was sympathizing with
What
you
about
because
Sean?
of the death of Sean.
Why aren't you out looking for him?
There's no point in launching an ill-equipped expedition to save the lad. In a life-or-death situation, preparation is essential. That's why I slipped in here.
For a point.
I'm pretty certain we never see Sean ever again, not in any of the series, and he's dead. Nobody gives a damn. Poor Sean.
Is a glass of beer more important than a man's life?
Were you talking to me?
To all of you. Sean Fitzgerald has met with God knows what, and all you can do is drink.
Sean has gone for a ride in a flash car, that's all. Why don't you calm down and join us?
Ah! No thank you.
I gotta go.
Alright. I was laughing because I had forgotten I had drunk the beer. I was thinking that the beer that I had left here had been drunk by one of these three because the beer wasn't here. But no. Alas, I drank it.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I want to get down. Well, okay.
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
I left that up there. Alright, no.
It was
don't
Nico's
go.
photograph of the man we suspected of
I don't know
killing
why you're walking
Plantar.
over there. That's not what I wanted. What I want to do is I want to talk to the landlord.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I want to show you my Groover electronics.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvelous?
It is.
Ha, here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Excellent. And the biggest tragedy of all, I am not the one who gets to move the bar. Thing.
And when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Alright, well, let's have a look at the glass washer. See how many glasses it has washed in its lifetime.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer.
Alright, well, here's a plug.
It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I know what we need to do. Here I am. Gonna stand here. Can I talk to you?
Hello again.
Do you want to tell me? Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk to everybody.
Did you ever see Fitzgerald at Peagram's Dig?
What?
I never heard of either of them.
Oh, okay, I'm still on that bit of the conversation, am I?
Aren't you concerned about what happened to Fitzgerald?
No, nobody cares. Don't worry about it.
No.
What's that wire you're doing?
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
Sounds creepy, eh?
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's. Rabbit, lad. That's what gets my juices flowing.
Well, ignoring all the things that he said there, I mean, did you know that it takes more energy to break down all of the nutrients and stuff that rabbit gives you than it gives you? So if you were just eating rabbit, you would starve to death.
Ah, so you're making snares to trap rabbits.
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Damn right I do. Isn't it painful?
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much pain?
You bet.
You evil old man.
I'll see you later.
Delighting in their misery. You know what we're gonna do? Wait for you to start doing things, and then do a thing. There we go. Aha! We stole it while you were doing
the old guy looked away, I grabbed his piece of wire.
I mean, he didn't look away, he was sneezing.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
And now, let's use the wire with the plug, because, you know, that's how things work. Oh, I should have talked to the landlord beforehand. Oh well.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Yay, now we can get past. And look, there's whatever you call them, like a rack of peanuts or pig products, pork scratchings. That's the word. Just sitting there on the wall. It's usually how they are displayed, or that used to be how they were displayed in pubs. They would be up on the bar, just hanging up somewhere behind them, and then somebody say, "Oh, I want a packet of peanuts," and then you could, and then the landlord could just grab them off of the cart, and then, you know, when it got to the end, you could order more. But hey, I'm standing right behind you now. No, I'm going round to the front. All right, I just wanted to ask you about Sean. See if you knew anything.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
No, you don't care.
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Alright, what about you? Do you want to talk about Sean?
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
No, you don't want to talk about Sean either.
Oh, nothing.
Nobody cares about Sean. That's fine. Right, now we'll wait here. Yes! Grab it!
The man's arm lay across the towel, preventing me from moving it.
Yeah, but it didn't when I clicked on it. Go! Yoink!
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
That's now ours.
It was a rectangle of toweling, printed with the words, Nagopolian Stout builds body.
Alright, well it does. I'm sure it does. Now we can go down into the cellar.
What a dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to find anything down there was to feel around.
Alright, well, let's feel around. That's the way back up, as indicated by the finger pointing up. Oh look, that lever is the only thing that is in here.
My hand closed on a long metal rod.
Iron Man made a sound.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Oh, okay, so I have to go back outside. Do I have to lift that? Oh, do I need my tool as well, which I have accidentally left in the wall? I thought I had the do not walk all the way, just fade out thing turned on. Maybe I don't. Right, you. I will move trapdoors with my bare hands.
I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a
Smith
small
just
parcel.
redeemed loud noises.
You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Smith just redeemed hydrate.
Yeah. And Silent Swivel is on cooldown, darn it. Yes, I'm afraid I have just done some swiveling. Well, some number of minutes ago. I don't know. It should only be like an hour in between swivelies at the most.
It wasn't my nerves that stopped me
I
jumping.
forget.
It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move.
Alright, okay. That was the man. Did you see that, Maguire? That was the horrible killer.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Oh! Hey everybody, look at these exciting new things.
What do you
Got a
make
bit
of
of
this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow,
Oh,
I'm only borrowing it.
That was me.
You're pretty
Hydrating.
cool, mister. For an old guy.
Oh, cool. And, well, what
Do
have
you know
we
what
got
this white powder is?
No?
No, I definitely don't.
See
I'm
you
not
later,
getting
kid.
any involved in
Okay,
any further
mister.
because I am a child. And loud noises. Well, we just had the goat, and I did the loud noises of the goat then. So, I mean, I could do loud French noises. In, you know, the stereotypical horrible manner that it is. But I'm not sure that that is a good one. I mean, I could... I mean, you could do top of the morning to you. To be sure, etc. Because we're in Ireland. But that is also not great either. We just had a car that crashed into someone. So...
Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
There we go. We'll have the car crashing instead. Those are the loud noises. And we found the torch, and...
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Thank you, Maguire.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the
I
suit.
don't want to do you a favour. You've just said you won't get me beer.
A packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Why would I want to do you a favour when you've just said to me, nah, I'm not going to do that thing? Alright, what else have we got? Here's a box of sacks.
It was a couple of paper sacks filled with trash.
Well,
I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there.
that's a shame. What about
It
these
was a
cleaning
bunch
materials?
of cleaning materials.
And?
I looked among the cleaning materials, but saw nothing I could use.
Oh dear.
It was an empty carton which had once contained caustic soda. The carton was damp and soggy, useless. It was a calendar with a faded photograph of a prize-winning carp.
What year is it? If it's faded, it cannot be this year. And here we have a faucet.
It was a
tap.
rusty faucet.
Alright, you call it a faucet.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Now I cannot remember. Oh, I'm going up because that is where it was in the original. I cannot recall. Well, we haven't looked at these. Let's look at these first of all.
It was the barman's flashlight. It was a large blue gemstone.
Yeah, we haven't. I wet the towel. I cannot recall if this is on timed or number of clicks
I held
or
the
anything.
towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
Now we go up. Now we run away. Now we go up here, up my head. Then we go up. Climb those hay bales. And then we climb in that wall. Then we go down this hole. And then... Oh, I went up again. Because I keep forgetting that. Hey, you! Wring out the water here. You know, I couldn't have got a glass or anything. Had to work like this.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
Indeed. And then...
A lump of hardened plaster lay on the sand at my feet.
It's hardened
the plaster
already.
cast was a pretty neat replica of the back of the stone, complete with protruding fingers.
Well, then we'll have some protruding fingers and put them...
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Into the hole he goes.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
What? And now the mystery was revealed. And we went inside. I mean... If you really wanted to do this, you would take that with you, or smash off some of them so that nobody else could see them, or, you know, break off one and then take it with you so that nobody could ever get into this place because they couldn't get all of them. Molfeckle. Definitely the Knights Templar. Back in Nico's apartment.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That
Ow.
explains why you look so ill today.
The
Did you get
beer
any
was
sleep at all?
Not able to work.
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead. Then Leary woke me in the middle of the night to help bail out the cellar.
The cellar was flooded?
Yeah, some idiot had left the faucet running.
And you say
Whoops.
Pete Ram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my
Didn't
visit
fix your
wasn't a
beer.
complete waste of
Flooded
time.
your cellar. I left open the thing. I left an
Pete
electrical
Ram's
death
gem?
trap with the
Templars gem.
with the
Whoever Jacques
dishwasher, who
Marquet
now
is,
doesn't have an
he's
adequate
in for a
fuse.
disappointment.
Jacques
Man.
Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
All right. Well, look at this plaster of Paris I got.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Yeah. Why is it that men
Oh.
never really grow up?
I know what that's
What's
useful.
your problem, sister?
Your
remember.
pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
I'm just thinking, what have I got in my pockets right now? I've got nothing in my pockets right now. And when I go out, phone, wallet, MP3 player, hankies. I think that's it. Oh, and cards for public transport. But that's also wallet as well, so I don't know. Alright, well, let's have a look at this then.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Alright, well, tripod.
That's the tripod in the Crew Museum.
Yes, it is.
That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn.
Yes, it is. Where's the bolt? There's the bolt.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
That's what we got. I assume those two go together, or, you know...
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Oh, yes.
There's a guy working on a loom.
I remember what that was. A guy who was working on a loom. Alright. Well. Would you like to shake my hand?
Hey, Nico, shake hands with me.
No chance, Buster.
No physical contact between us.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lopino at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
I was going to say, after the
Okay.
police station.
Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Ooh. Make sure I don't die, or drink too much, or get run over, or get assassinated by a clown. Will do. Right, you, lady, do you have anything more to say to me? Oh! Recover an ancient artifact from the Lochmarn Castle. Pegram's Gem. Achievement unlocked. And yes, we got back the sewer key.
It was a metal rod with a handle at one end and a short crosspiece at the other.
We'll be needing that. Hey, flower seller.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Would you like to know about this gem?
What do you make of this gem?
Very nice, chérie. A present for your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Nonsense. You and her were made for each other.
If we were, then, you know, it's a bumpy ride to get there. Because... Are we together in the second game? We might be together in the second game, yeah, because we go on vacation together, and I think we're together. In the third game, I'm pretty certain we split up. In the fourth game, George is pursuing somebody else. And then I think they're just friends in the fifth game who possibly get together at the end of it. I cannot recall because, you know, I've only played that one once. And while that was a lot sooner than, a lot more recent than I last played the first game. I still can't remember. Memories. I can't
Does this
use them.
powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Oh well, bye.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Will I? Alright. Alright, onwards. Alright, that's picked up by that. Alright, well, let's go to the first aid of the police before we go to the music room. Hello, Sergeant Moo. I could have done lots of mooing for the thing. Curses, I missed out on my chance to moo a lot. Loud noises. Ah, well.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
How did it go with the two who you were trying to arrest?
Maybe not.
Hey, look, I've got a pocket full of white powder. It's only plaster of Paris, but you know.
Maybe not.
All right, Moo, do you want to shake hands?
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The
I forgot,
gesture
we'd
could
already
be
done that, yeah.
misconstrued.
The gesture could be misconstrued.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre.
I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Oh, well. Tell me
Which
more.
hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagemeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Okay, and?
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Yes, you are as useful as I thought you would be there.
Is Rosso here?
Yes,
Thank you,
You wish to speak to him?
Sergeant Moo.
Yes, I do.
One
Let's
moment,
find out what
monsieur.
Rosso knows.
Stobbart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Same scene that we've seen before, and we must go over again.
What now, monsieur?
Now, I wish to talk to you. Did you Flap and Guido? Well, actually,
What do you make of this white powder, Rosso?
It is plaster.
Say, you're good.
what do you make of this?
What do you make of this, Inspector?
Astounding. Where did you come by a stone like that?
Yep.
I was given it by a man in a bar in Ireland. Do you recognize the gem?
It is unfamiliar to me. If such a
Oh.
jewel had been stolen,
Not been
I
told
would know
by
it
your
for sure.
paymasters. Alright, fine. I mean, spoiling the fact that Rosso is in on it.
Do you know a pair of thugs called Flap and Guido?
I have known those two since they graduated from special school. Flap is a nasty piece of work, but Guido is the real brains of the partnership. Where did you hear of them?
I met them out front of the Hotel Ubu.
Do you know why
Ever
they
heard
called
of a
it
guy
Vowel?
called Marquet? Jacques Marquet?
Marquet. I know the name well. He has a record for suspected blackmail, kidnapping, arson, and art theft.
An all-rounder, huh? How come he's on the loose?
His bravado is matched only by the courtroom skills of his attorney.
Alright, but you're not going to tell me that anything about that. I had to speak to Sergeant Moo to learn information. Oh, well.
Have you heard of Professor Pegram, the archaeologist?
Molly Pegram, the second son of Lord Barclay Pegram.
I don't know. I only read about him in a magazine.
So much for the efficacy of rehabilitation. What has he done this time?
He made an important archaeological find in Ireland.
Why did you think he was a criminal? I don't remember that.
Do you know Pegram well?
I mean, I
I
don't
have
remember.
connections with the family,
what it was.
but
I'm
I
not
wouldn't
saying
say
it
I
wasn't in
knew
the
him
book.
at all.
Is his name really Molly?
Of course not. That was the nickname he was given at school. All his friends and acquaintances know him as Molly.
Oh, okay. But you called him Molly.
So long, Inspector.
So do you know him? Alright, well, there we go. Alright, bye-bye. Ah, l'hôpital is now open. But the Musée Kroon, first of all, thank you. And in we go to meet horrible Professor Lavender. Well, he's not that horrible, he's just slimy. We've looked at everything in here already, so guard.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Master of Paris.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What about this?
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to get this job?
I had the right qualifications. A military manner, squeaky shoes, and an irrational hatred of children.
Alright, well, what about this?
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
No, okay, I remember that.
Thanks for your help.
Or is that in the second game? Alright, well, who's that?
It was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable taste in outlandish clothes. My mother used to dress like that.
Oh, well, your mother was stylish then. Was she perhaps a
I
French
beg your
professor
pardon.
of archaeology?
Are you Andre Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No, I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobbart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay, shoot.
Pow, 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 pow. Alright, first of all, what's this? Let's start with an
Do you
easy
recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
one. Alright. You've never used plaster of Paris. You live in Paris.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Oh, alright. Gruber Electronics?
What do you make of this ID card?
Nothing.
What about this?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia.
I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Well, good for you, I guess.
What do you make of this tool?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment? I didn't realize there were any excavations in progress in the city.
Take a look at this
In
nose,
your own
Lobineau.
world.
It really doesn't interest me, Georgie.
No, but what about this hanky?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
What about this photograph?
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
What about this gem?
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
In Ireland.
Pegram? Professor Nigel Pegram? He's in Ireland, investigating a Templar site, isn't he?
He was, until he disappeared.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle.
And you just
Do you
took it?
think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter.
Alright, well, what do you know about Professor Molly Pegram?
Do you know
Nigel.
Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
The second week of July?
I was going to say, he's
Maybe.
here.
Yes, it was, just before Bastille Day.
So Pegram was in Paris at the same time as the other victims.
Pardon?
This must
Victims
mean
of what?
something.
Nothing. Just thinking aloud.
Alright, well, what can you tell me about the king?
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
Tell me more.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
Well, there we go. Oh, itchy face. Yes. Tell me more about Philippe, as I don't have anything to say at this
So
point.
what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the origin of our superstition regarding
I
that
was
date.
going to say, it is
At
the origin.
dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
I mean, it wasn't. It was the biggest murder and stuff. It wasn't a bust.
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was
Lawyers.
not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found guilty of heresy and flame-grilled at the stake. They died protesting their innocence.
You don't have to sound so happy about it, Lovino. You know, when oh, all of these people, they died flame grilled at the stake. Ha 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 ha. Why are you so happy about them all dying?
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to the victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off. Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps. What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
Alright, well, I guess we can just dismiss all of this out of hand.
So Philippe stole the Templars'
And
riches,
held.
huh?
Oh no, they weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
Dun dun dun. Alright, well, what's going on with hanged people?
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure, it was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Tell me more.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
That is a shame to hear. Well, what about this?
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides,
It's
there are
stolen.
certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Well, Nico, is back at Nico's apartment.
The manuscript is
one
being looked after by a
who
friend.
recommended
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. Maybe it was my imagination, but I noticed a predatory look in his eye. Suddenly, this friendly historian had turned into the big bad wolf.
And yes, overtook it 2 decades old and still a golden story. Yeah, it's an evergreen. I love it. And this is obviously the remastered version, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, the version that came out just a few days ago. So we've got all new graphics to go along with the amazing story. So yeah, I'm happy that this has come out. Even if So far, the only difference that I've actually noticed between this and the original version is that there was a poo in this, in the costume shop. I mean, I can see why they cut it out in the original when they went, oh, we can have a poo in the costume shop, and they recorded the lines and everything, and then didn't put it in, and now they have done. Well done them for putting in the poo that was not in the 90s version. How very amazing of them to have put that back in. But yeah, alright. Crazy. Alright, come on, tell me more about Nico and how you're being predatory towards her.
This friend who has the manuscript,
The anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Yeah, alright. And tell me more about the Knights Templar.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I didn't think it was
I
black and
sure
white
can,
flag.
Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the Templars
tell me
became
more.
so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
Well, that's one way to do it. No, no, no. I don't want your money. Don't give it to me. No. Oh, you're giving it to me? Well, thank you, but we don't need it. You don't have to give it to us. Oh, what's that? More? Okay, thanks.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or, if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
Oh, what about for a second? Or an hour? To be fair to Lavino, he's not that bad of a guy, he just rubs George the wrong way. A long way at that. I don't know. I get the impression from him, from over all of the series, that he is a very slimy individual. And that women are there to be conquered. And they must love him because he's God's gift to women. Yeah. I don't think he respects them as equals or humans or anything. I think he is that kind
Thanks
of
for your help,
person.
Andre.
You're welcome.
Alright, well, I don't... This is not the point where we get the exciting... Wait, we've already said this is the tripod, right? We've already made that.
The case
connection,
contained the tripod shown on the
right?
manuscript.
Yeah, but we can't get that yet. Alright, well, let's see where else we can go. Slimy maybe, the guy is shameless. We're up against someone like the Killer Crown. He did try to help. I don't know that... Did he ever confront the Killer Clown? I don't remember him doing anything against the against the assassin directly. We'll have to continue the story and see if my faulty memory is there. But yeah, I mean, he is helping here, which is great. So yeah. Alright, let's go to Montfaucon. And yay! It's policeman. Not directly, but he could have just legged it without a word. That is true.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list.
Oh.
A typically Parisian sidewalk cafe. Last time I visited one of those, it blew up. I decided I was happy enough right where I was.
You don't want to go inside? Shrug then. Oh look, we can read. We can read this. Rue de Montfaucon. That's great. Alright, I'll talk to you in a second, policeman. Let's just see. The clown isn't here yet. Oh, sorry, the juggler. Oh, fountain!
An ornate fountain stood in one corner of the square. I'd have to come by here in the summer to see it working.
That's a shame.
There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow.
Alright, and here we have the sign telling us all about...
Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages.
And it said...
In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
Yes, he dissolved the order. Some of them literally. Nothing up there, and here we have a manhole cover.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level. I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Fortunately, you have your tool. No. Let's have that policeman shout at us, eh?
Hey! Hey, you! What do you think you're doing? Leave that comer alone! Now!
But... Oh...
Sorry, no harm intended. You stay away from that.
Alright. Boo-hoo. Hello, policeman. Tell me things.
Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
You can tell me if you're drunk or not. Also, you can shake my hand.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Sleuth just redeemed make me say a vowel.
Uh-oh. I can see where this is going. I can see all of them piling up there.
Sleuth just redeemed make me say a vowel.
Alright, well, so I can do all of the stuff.
Sleuth just redeemed make me say a vowel.
Again? Oh my goodness. How many times? You were just waiting for this, weren't you? For the sit and the swivel to cool down to
Sleuth
end.
just redeemed make me say a vowel. Sleuth just redeemed make me say a vowel.
Tell me about this, quickly.
Does this red nose mean anything
In
to you?
between the vings.
A prosthetic nose!
Sleuth just
Very
redeemed sit on it and swivel.
significant.
It is?
No, I'm just having a little joke.
Alright, and that was the last one, was it? Okay. Well, so we'll go down and letters and then bed for you. Well, I mean... Let me just double check. E-I-E-I-O. Indeed. So, we'll go over here and I will spin around on the big screen while singing Old MacDonald, I guess. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a... why not a goat? As we've had that already. and we've passed that part of the thing. E-I-E-I-O. But you're not getting any loud noises because you didn't redeem that. So there we go, and now I'm feeling rather dizzy for having swiveled around lots of times. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I. Oh, I hope that was satisfactory.
Smith just redeemed hydrate.
Excellent, excellent. We will. Have a delicious, tasty water as a reward. Very much so. Good. I'm glad my horrible, horrible singing was adequate. Delicious and tasty, and now back to a better story, and, you know, more entertaining than watching me swivel around and around while singing Old MacDonald. Right. How about I try and throw you white powder?
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy.
No?
I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
Well, I'm going to assume that what you have just recommended there, that I pressed tab,
I'll see you around.
possibly not during
Oui,
dialogue,
monsieur.
is the
I'll be
shift
there.
between perspectives thing. So we will do that. Woo! Yes! Excellent! Look! Oh my god! There was never a thing there that said Rue de Montfaucon. And there were no posters on the wall there. My god, look at the difference. The shadow has moved as well. They've set it at a different time of day. Oh, it's all going wrong. Wait. Yeah, I can still see that, but there's nothing hanging up there. Well, there we go. Now we can leap between them now that, you know, I could have read the instructions and worked it all out, but no. Thank you very much. You asked, finally thought to look it up. Excellent. Alright, well, Mr. Policeman, let's finish
Hello
our
again,
discussion.
officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
We did that one, let's go backwards.
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So
Exactly.
either it's glass or I'm mad. I didn't like to think about that for too long.
Alright, I can swap between them. But these all remain. Alright. I think you look better in the old version than you do in this version. Because your eyebrows seem to merge with your hair. Thomas
Take a look at
Gruber.
this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID.
I just stole it off of somebody.
Does this
I stole
matchbook
it from
mean
a hotel
anything to
room.
you?
Don't
The
worry.
pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
All these clues, and I never picked up on them. I never did work out how that one worked. That is one that I had to.
Have you seen this man
That I
before?
say I had to look up,
No.
or I stumbled into
Who is
when I
it?
first played it.
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Shashim.
Oh,
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Oh well. What about this?
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
Would you like to see some of my used tissues? No? It's not that kind of stream? Alright, okay, fine. Alright, now, and this is... If this is the one that I think it is, this is a delightful thing.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Exactly, that's great. And dialogue definitely way ahead of its time. I mean, it was... Yeah. It is top-notch. This is definitely great writing. Alright, tell me about yourself, Mr. Policeman who is wearing a hat in this, but not out here.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
I don't know. I'm just looking up. Yeah. I was just looking up on GOG.com because I'm pretty certain I had the Broken Sword, the director's cut on there, and I wondered if that came with the original version as well. And it does. You can get the original Broken Sword game there. If you buy the Broken Sword director's cut, the original comes as one of its free extras. I just wanted to double check that. Oh! I don't have Broken Sword 2 on here. Which is a shame. Do they even sell it? Just looking at GOG again, because, you know, if it did, then I would assume it would come with the soundtrack. And if it did, then I could have Happiness as an Inside Job, which is a great ending song for the second one. Find Broken Sword. Sorry. Broken Sword 2 Remastered. Manual artwork, exclusive game guide, comic book, Broken Sword 2 the original game, Broken Sword 2 the original game in English on Linux. It doesn't say anything about the soundtrack. That is a shame. Alright, well, there we go. Onwards. Back to the game that we are actually playing. And not that.
I'll see you around.
Oui,
Bye.
monsieur. I'll be there.
Alright. Now I can't recall if we actually need to do anything in here right now or not. But I know we will do eventually. Tell me things. Show me stuff. Oh, there's some pews. Pew pew.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
What are you doing,
Time
George?
to sit around.
What are you doing? Alright, come on over here. No, there's a tomb.
A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state,
Come on,
waiting in prayer for the judgment day.
just push it open. We'll find out who's inside. No? I believe you are the important one. But not now.
A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world.
Yep.
I guess.
Hey, there's a bunch of dogs there, lying around the bottom. Are there a bunch of dogs here? No, there aren't. And look at the difference. I mean,
A stone knight lay on the church floor.
if you had said, "Oh, this is the original," then I probably would have believed you.
Just think, there's a dead guy under there.
Yes, there is.
The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor. I was surprised Philip Lebel had left this place alone.
No problem. You don't have to stay around for all of this. I'm happy that you're here at all. Thank you very much.
A stone
Go
knight lay in
enjoy
full
yourself.
stone armor,
Whatever it is
blank
you're gonna
eyes
say.
looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
That's why they had squires.
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
I don't know. Oh, window!
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Alright. And we have a statue.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much.
Like my teachings light the way.
Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
That's all good. I mean, you will get it later on. It is that one, right? Show me again.
Per disciplinum
Yeah.
meum lux videbis.
So at least it's telling you, hey, you're along the right track.
A bit of a stained glass window.
Look at those
Wow!
eels or whatever they are trying to eat him. Eat his feet.
Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Alright, nothing here at the moment. I could not remember if this was necessary or not. Let's get out of here and go back to go to the hospital, where we will meet Mr. Shiny. At least I think it's the hospital next. It must be the hospital next. But we need to get the tripod before we do underground sewery bits. Hospital!
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions looked like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint.
Meh. I think these modern additions that we have here, making it look nice, is great.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
Oh, that's a point. This is the Red Cross. I don't know that you're allowed to. I know that you are not allowed. The Red Cross is a registered trademark or copyright or something. I cannot recall which, and that they not aggressively pursue, but they certainly send out letters and stuff when people use it in games and things, because it has international law behind it. Using the symbol of the Red Cross is a war crime, I believe. I believe it's a war crime. It is a big deal, certainly, because they do not wish, like, if you used the Red Cross symbol in, say, a computer game of a first-person shooter in the First World War or set anywhere, and everybody in there and they were shooting, and then you came across some people and you could shoot them in combat. Yeah, their argument is that if those people who were playing those games then went out to war and saw people who were Red Cross, were helping the people on the battlefield and were medics and Red Cross people, that people might just shoot them because they just associated them with the video game and not with the fact that it is an international organization that goes out and helps everybody on the battlefield. So they aggressively pursue, or they send out letters saying, hey, get rid of this because we are not allowed to, you are not allowed to show this. If you do, we will come after you. Otherwise, because you want to preserve the sanctity of the healers. I don't know. You want to make sure that they are not being targeted by people because they think they are, because they have devalued the brand by putting it in lots of other stuff. So yeah. So that might be...
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
I assume if I go over here, then yeah. Because I don't remember that being a thing. And I was going to say, I think that symbol is incorrect as well. I think that's the American symbol. That is not the one that we use. I'm not sure about that though. Alright, here we are. Hello, who are you, Doctor?
The young man's face was full of eagerness and enthusiasm. I figured he was fresh from college.
Indeed.
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Let me just shout that to you as you're leaving, so I can come over here. Hello.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Benny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
Do you know about patients?
Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
Ho ho ho. Would you like to shake my hand?
Shake my hand, Benoit.
I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
Alright, well tell me about plaster of Paris.
Do you know what this white powder is?
No, sir.
Alright.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Not me, sir.
Let me just go around showing off this incredibly valuable precious gem to everybody, yeah?
Have you ever heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, sir.
Do you know about
Have
this?
you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No, sir.
Well, you're no good.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. I've never seen him before.
What about this?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Is that a nasal discharge, sir?
No, it's grease paint. Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
And
What does this tool suggest to you?
Isn't that used to snap the patient's ribs when exploring the abdomen?
I hope not.
Alright, bye.
See you later.
Right.
Alright, well, I guess the only thing we have to do is sit back. Hello,
The
receptionist.
woman managed to look overworked and hassled, though she didn't appear to be doing anything.
She's typing at a computer, just like she was in the original. Although, oh, we're still using CRT monitor. I mean, it is whatever time of year it is, or
Excuse
whatever
me?
decade it's set in. So yeah.
Yes, sir?
Hello.
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How
really
may I
brings
help
the
you?
place up. Have you seen a clown? No, I would need to try and...
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
That's not exactly what I meant, but alright. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Oh.
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
That's right.
Why don't you give me a break and go and play with someone else?
Because I want to show you all these
What
things
does
I've
this
got.
tool suggest to you?
Is it a crack detector?
Huh?
Polar explorers use them to poke about in the snow.
Nice.
No. Have you heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? The kind of place where you get little umbrellas and, well,
Huh? That's romantic?
I was gonna say whelks. There.
Look at this ID pass.
so you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll talk about Nurse Grendel in a minute. And now I can't ask about Marquet.
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plaster.
Alright, well, what about gems? You allergic
What
to
does this
amazing
gem
gems?
suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around. The hospital insurance wouldn't cover it if it was stolen.
Alright, well, let's talk about Flap and
Has
Guido.
Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A
Weasel
thin
and a
guy who
gorilla.
looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as they escaped from the zoo.
Killer clowns?
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Alright, and what about...
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She
apart from her
runs that
name?
ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine.
That's impressive.
6 o'clock, alarm call. 6:10, bowel movement, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Alright, what else?
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Fair left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's
No.
J2. And good luck.
I never twigged that before. The administrators have a sauna.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Alright, what about this guy who's standing here? Can we...
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare.
Well,
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
no. I want to get you with a buzzer.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
I'm not one of your staff.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
Oh, well.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval-type gemstone.
Yes, so I see. Remarkable.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
No, sir, I have not.
Ah, oh, I did that
May I
already.
have the honor of...
You...
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
Alright.
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
Intéressant. I thought I knew the ins and outs of the human body, but this has me beat. If I were you, I'd have this sample analyzed.
I already have. By experts
Do you
in their
recognize
field.
this red nose, sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring.
I mean, they could have just
We
had...
minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
They could have just had... No, I do not. With so many of these. But no. Individual
Does
lines...
this tool mean anything to you?
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
Going over
I had to
everything. That's
improvise
great.
with a knitting needle and a couple of corks. If only you'd been on hand at the time, my patient would have given his right arm for it.
Thanks for your help.
Possibly, literally. Alright, well, we're going down here to J something or other. A few minutes later. Oh, I got lost. Alright, well, let's go down. Oh, that one's far more open. But we're gonna go down here. I don't know that it makes any difference. Oh,
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
There's a machine. There's a janitor. What does the janitor look
He
like?
looked blissfully happy, for no apparent reason.
I don't know why we turned away to look at the janitor, but okay, we can do that. And now we're coming up to look at the machine.
It was a classic example of functionalism, like an early Soviet spacecraft. I almost expected to see a dog or a monkey leap out. The door didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification.
Statue.
It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. In my mind, he looked just plain constipated.
Huh. I've just had a thought. I mean, okay, I can go back here and see this thing. But what if I go back to the... Oh, I can't get there now. I wonder if I've got a save that can get me there. If I went back to the costume shop, where the poo was added. I know it was added because I checked. I looked at an old video. I looked at the video that I did of the director's cut, where the poo wasn't in there. So what if I went back there and tabbed between them? Would the poo be there? Have they added a poo in the classic ones? I don't know.
I guess the water cooler was for the use of people lost in the corridors.
Well, I definitely need water. Ah.
Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Peculiar tasting water, you say?
There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me.
Peculiar tasting water. Alright, well. Hey there, janitor, let's talk.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Oh.
It's a deal.
Yeah. Alright, have you seen Flap and Guido?
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would.
And this is Mr.
With a
Shiny,
friend like
who's come
him,
to meet.
I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Alright. And I forgot I need
Would
to
you
shake
like
you
to
by the
shake
hand.
my hand?
Not until I'm washed, if you don't mind, sir. You can pick up all kinds of things in a hospital.
Like nurses, right?
No, sir. Bugs and germs
He just
and
doesn't
fungal
understand.
infections.
Alright, well tell me more about... No, tell me about Mr. Shiny. I need to know about
Would
Mr. Shiny.
Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine.
Alright, is he your
I've
polishing
had
friend?
Mr.
then?
Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Oh, well.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them
snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Whatever you've got with this metal knotfoot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is? Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
Alright, do you know about the nurse?
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, Ward J2.
Who knows where that is? Not me.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
Is it J2?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Oh, that's a shame. Do you know plaster of Paris?
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
What about this gem? It's almost as shiny as Mr. Shiny.
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh boy. What is it?
A priceless gemstone, found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward, and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
Yep.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
I just looked it up very quickly. It is not a war crime. It is against the Geneva Convention. That is it. If you put the Red Cross in your game. Yep.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never ever play with matches.
I know that, but...
People get hurt when they do.
Sure.
You end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up, they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
Bandages. You never put onions on a burger. I think I've
Would
tried
you like
this.
to shake my
I think
hand?
I've tried that already. Yeah.
Not until I've washed it.
Yeah.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Have you seen
Who
it?
is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No,
What does this tissue suggest to you?
you have a cold. What you need is vitamin C and a side order of machine oil.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Alright.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
That means...
See you
we're
later.
moving on now, because
Yeah,
we've done everything
take
here.
care now.
Now, I cannot recall how we exactly get to there. I think it's going through this door. Or in this direction. I don't know. I think we're going to be back at the reception a few minutes later. Oh no, we're back again. Alright, well, let's go this way. I know that going down A4 gets you out of A6 here. A few minutes later. Right, we're back again. Do we have distinctly different ones? No? If I do go down there... I was hoping to get to the ward. Yep, there we go. We come out of that one. Let's go there, because that would take us back. Can I ask you for better directions? Or do I need to be a doctor in order to get to the ward?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
No, okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Alright. We might go and have to... I don't want to hurt Mr. Shiny too much. So I'm only going to do it the once. If I can work out where... Oh, there we go. A few minutes later. So we're back where we came from. That's not good. And if I do that, are you just going to... No, you are going to go to a different place down here. I wasn't sure. Yay! We made it to the ward.
Oui,
Indeed.
monsieur.
Is this Ward J2?
It is, but you're not supposed to be here. We have strict rules about visiting hours.
Can't you make an exception? I've come all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here. This is a hospital. You will have to leave.
Alright, can you confirm that he's
Do you
here?
have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Good to know.
You can tell me how my brother is, can't you?
Of course, monsieur. What is his name?
Jacques Marquet.
Let me see. He's satisfactory.
I was told he was dying.
Well, he is, but the doctor described his condition as satisfactory. That's quite an improvement on yesterday.
You describe them as stable. Don't worry, they are stable. That means they're not getting any better, but they're not getting any worse either. So they could be almost dead and still be stable.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
And then we are back to talking about money. Alright, oh, sorry, I haven't tried to shake your hand.
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well...
No, it's okay. Forget it. I didn't really want to use it on her anyway.
Why not? Equal opportunities.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I don't recognize it.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Oh dear. I don't think he'll be needing that again.
Who?
Monsieur Boissy, the comatose clown.
Do you recognize this tissue?
No, I don't. It looks like a chronic health risk to me.
Well, I've been carrying it around for days and I'm okay. My pocket's getting a little soggy. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
What about...
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Never been there.
Do you know Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No, I don't.
Is this plaster any use to you?
No, it isn't.
No, but don't you need to
Does
make
this
cars?
gem mean anything to you?
It's beautiful, but I've never seen it before.
Alright, what about clowns?
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
No, he's in a coma. We
Monsieur
already know that.
Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
Tell me more.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
He started as a tricycle, but by the end of it, it was a unicycle. Which is why...
Thank you, nurse.
You may come back at visiting time, monsieur.
Thanks. When is that?
The second Tuesday of each month.
Oh my god, we're going to have to wait until the second Tuesday of each month? No, thank you. What we'll do is instead... sabotage Mr. Shiny.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine.
I'm only going to do it once, because I don't want to hurt Mr. Shiny at all.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Poor Mr. Shiny. Can I not do it? Do I have to watch you do your thing? Alright, okay, so then I'll have to do it twice. That's the wrong plug. At least I think it's the wrong plug. In we go. Take a coat, put it on, and become a doctor. That's all you need to be a doctor, a white coat.
Dr. Stobbart at your service.
Alright, well now we can go over... Well, hello. Are you going to say hello, doctor?
Hello.
Oh, hi! No whistling, right?
Right. What's the problem with Nurse Grendel?
She's uptight and twisted on account of a broken heart.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought
It's
she
not
was
the
just
start of a
plain
joke?
bad
Oh,
tempered.
okay.
That also. By the way, sir, I wouldn't stand too close to Mr. Shiny's grease vat. If he has an emission, it'll take the shine clean off your shoes. Say, nice sneakers.
Thanks.
They're for sneaking.
Who broke the nurse's heart? Was it you?
Oh no! Talk to a woman, I wouldn't know where to start. My analyst says I'm socially inept.
Some analyst? Weren't you offended?
Not me. It's a comfort to have it made official.
You shouldn't take any notice of him. Everyone shines in their own way.
Yeah, I shine flaws.
As I say, everybody's weird in their own unique way.
See you
Which is
later.
Why?
Yeah, take care now.
Alright, let's go do this. Oh no, I can't do this, can I? Oh well. Let's... Oh, and I clicked in the wrong place anyway. I should want to go down that one. To the back. Here we are. Look, I'm a doctor now. Do you recognize me?
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Right.
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, Doctor.
It is... Oh, I think.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobbart.
Hello, Doctor.
The nurse told me you keep losing consciousness.
That's right. I've had the problem as long as I can remember. It's a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
I see.
I mean, that's sleep.
How long does it last?
Just a fraction of a second, then I recover.
I might
Oh.
not have been a doctor, but I was
Blinking.
formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2
Oh, an
weeks
extra
out of
half an
every
hour of
year
sleep.
spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney.
I'm such a good doctor. I don't have time to listen to this baloney.
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
Alright.
You recognize the man in this photograph?
Nah, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
One of your colleagues?
No, he really is a murderer.
I've
So
never
could one of
seen
my
him before.
colleagues be. Alright.
Have you any idea what this is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Nah, I don't.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
Eye surgery.
That's a dumb thing to say. It's not sharp enough.
Show me that one again.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Nah, I don't.
Interesting. I mean, it's interesting because the subtitles say no, I don't. Whereas the guys say nah. Whereas when, for instance, we were talking to her and she said hello doctor, it was spelt doctor and not doctor. So it's just interesting that they have regionalized some accents but not others.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Nah, I haven't.
See, nah again.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
See, and you say
Does
doctor.
this gem mean anything
and
to
that
you?
one said doctor.
No, Doctor.
What about this?
Do you know what this is?
Is it self-raising flour?
No.
It would raise itself if it was.
Which bed is Marquet in?
He's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then
What?
how come you act like you do?
You failed the most basic of disguising things.
Has Marquet had any visitors?
Nah, neither have I. That's the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
All right. Well, let's get your
Do you know
blood
what
pressure.
this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
All right. No, I can't get your blood pressure. All right, fine.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
All right. Can we look at this person?
Now, I was no doctor, but this guy looked dead to me.
All right. And what about this?
The guy was sick. His face was the same shade of gray as the pillow beneath his head. I wondered whether I ought to call the nurse. Maybe check him out for breathing.
Are we talking about the same person?
The guy was sick.
Okay.
I wondered whether...
Check him out for breathing. We know he's breathing. He was just talking to us.
It was a device used for measuring people's blood pressure.
All right. Oh, we can look at medical charts. Show me your chart.
According to the chart, this guy was called Croquet.
Excellent.
The graph showed a steady decline in his pulse rate and an increase in his blood pressure. It kind of shook me to see this guy's life reduced to a few jagged lines.
Looks at the few jagged lines that make up George Stobbart there.
The name on the chart was
At least you're in
Boissy.
high definition now. And you're the clown.
The poor guy's temperature had been up and down like a white knuckle ride. No wonder he looked so sick.
Can we do anything with you? Ah. Alright, what if...
Now, I was no...
Yeah, sorry. What if we use the pressure gauge on him? Can we do that? I've never tried. Or I don't think I've ever tried. No, we can't. Alright. What if I try using the pressure gauge on... No. On you.
Hello again. Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, that's not what I wanted to
don't.
do. I wanted to use it on him. Alright. Well, here's a medical chart.
The name on the chart was Sopmarsh.
Alright, Sopmarsh.
His temperature was normal, with little fluctuation either way.
Can I use the pressure gauge on you, nurse?
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater. He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk.
No, Lazarus was a ghoul who was trapped in the freezer.
Hello?
By the Isle of
Anybody
Dogs.
home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobbart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
I'm definitely
You
a
better
doctor.
believe it.
I've got the white coat and everything. Tell me about Nurse Grendel.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
What about Marquet?
What can
Did
you
see
tell
him
me about
come in?
Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Were you paying for it and they tossed you out? Wow, that's bad.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to
I mean,
say.
you went in
But I've
for
been
surgery.
here for 3 months.
Wow. Alright, do you want to be buzzed?
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
Yeah, you could.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
Really? He's a debt ringer for my bank manager. Of course, Mr. Soames hasn't got a scar, and he doesn't come from the Middle East. His hair's a lot grayer, too. Otherwise, it's just like him.
Remarkable.
So he looks like this guy, except his physical characteristics are all different.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor. A game of whist and a glass of ginger wine is about my limit.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
No, what about this
Does
gem?
this gem mean anything to you?
No,
means
Doctor.
I can stay in the
Is
private
this
room
some
if I
kind
steal
of
it.
test?
If it was, you would have failed.
Alright.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
How did you know that?
I'm a plasterer.
Oh, how did you afford a private room?
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Alright, then do it.
I'm going to take your blood.
Why?
I'm a doctor.
No, alright, okay, bye.
See you later.
Alright, well, having talked to all of you and got very little information, time to go antsy-mucky over here.
Doctor!
Oh,
What is
no!
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
I kept saying I would, and then you didn't.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Alright, well, I know what we need to do. I mean, I know. Hey, you, actually. Do you have anything to say about the
Pardon
patient?
me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur.
No. Alright.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm not monsieur, I am docteur. For Mr. Shiny. Oh, not that one. Oh no, it is that one. Hello, Doctor. Do you have anything to say to me now?
Excuse me, sir.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy.
Come and learn from the best, Doctor. George
This is
Stobbart.
Benoit,
Doctor
man.
Stobbart.
Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege. No,
I'm not sure who
an honor
Leary is,
to
but I
look
do know
after
who
your
Pasteur
nephew,
is.
sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real surgery.
Alright. Hey, I've got this.
Look what Nurse Grendel gave me, sir.
Ah, yes, very good. I'm glad to see you're carrying it with you. It reassures the public to see the medical professional using traditional archaic tools.
Bye.
So long, Hagenmeyer.
Alright, hello, Bunny.
Hey, Benoit.
There's no need to shout.
You need to,
What do you
unfortunately, as you
want?
say, there's probably no game tomorrow. Yep. Even if there was, I would say no. Get some more respite. So yeah, no game. And yeah, as soon as we've done this hospital bit, this is where I will be calling it for the day as well. But we will be back tomorrow with more. So yeah. hopefully, we'll see you at some point tomorrow.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
No, miss. This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course. I didn't mean to get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
No, shut up, Benoit. Here, have this.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something. Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right behind you, sir.
Alright, cool. Can I talk to the receptionist?
Excuse me.
Your voice
Yes,
is
sir?
much louder when talking to her than when talking to Benoit. No, alright, bye.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I could have shown you the pressure gauge. But I didn't. Because, you know, I've given it to Benoit. Not Benoit Blanc, but just Benoit. Hey, we made it back here without having to go around the thing. Excellent. If somebody did that, I would assume they were saying one.
What is it now, nurse?
Number 2 again. He won't tell me what he wants. He says he'll only talk to a man.
Do I have to? That guy's nuts.
Doctor, I'm surprised at you. There's no way to talk about our clients.
Okay, I'll see him. But I'm telling you, he's a hypochondriac.
Yeah, but we get more money out of him because he's a hypochondriac. If this is that kind of medical system.
Hello again. I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
Alright, well, there's nothing to do. Alright,
Well,
okay.
goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
I mean, I came over there and did nothing.
Hey, Benoit.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
All of them.
Use it on
Gotta
Nurse
try on
Brindle.
all of them.
No?
Go on, she'll enjoy it.
Well, okay.
Standing back as an
Stobbart?
agent of chaos.
I would appreciate it if you saved your jokes for the intern's restroom. This is a hospital ward, not a cabaret.
Oh, lighten up.
No, shame.
I heard that. Any more nonsense and I shall report you to Dr. Hagenmeyer.
Alright, Benoit.
Hey, Benoit.
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Use your thing.
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on the man.
Use it on Rene Croquet.
Okay.
Rene Croquet. Okay. Yep. Now we will walk here and record his results on the chart. No? Okay, don't do anything with the results.
Hey, Benoit.
Come to me, Benoit.
Yes, sir?
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Whee! Now we can get past. Because he's being distracted by having it done. We made it. Hello, policeman.
I'm Dr. Stobbart.
Bonjour, docteur.
See, doctor. Shake me by the hand.
Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
As a gesture of goodwill.
On reflection? No.
Alright. Plaster of Paris?
Can you think of any sensible use for this plaster?
I mean, we've already had one
No.
to make 5
Dural?
fingers.
Yes. But you probably thought of those already.
Oh, no, I hadn't actually. I hadn't thought of that one.
Do you recognize this gem?
It isn't an emerald, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's blue.
Thanks. Are you Thomas Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No.
Then you won't be needing this.
Here, have a look at my ID. Or have a look at this ID. Is this you? No? Oh, it must be me then.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds Middle Eastern.
So many hints. And I missed
Do you
them all.
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
It looks as if it has been used to wipe Satan's bottom.
Because
I hate to say it, but you could be right.
Satan, as we all know, has blue and red poops because of
Do you recognize this
all the
red
blueberries
nose?
and strawberries he
Don't
eats.
get
Yep.
cute with me.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Branding mice without bending down.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How was the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
It's very suspicious.
Don't you think it's possible that the bear was a man in disguise?
Well, obviously, I'm not completely stupid. But who would go to the bother of disguising himself as a bear? It's not as if he'd blend in with the surroundings. I checked with base to see if any bears had been reported missing from the zoo or a traveling circus. They told me to sit tight until reinforcements arrive. I guess they're right. I'd be stupid to tackle a bear single-handed.
Yeah, you would. Alright, and this is where
Have you heard of a
is.
guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, Doc, right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
Ooh. Well, I've got this powder, which looks something like anthrax, but I've been carrying
I
it
have
around
to
for a
visit
while,
my
so it's
patient.
probably not.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
Exactly.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks.
Alright, well, there we go.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc.
I don't
If
know.
you see that bear, kick him in the nuts.
Alright, I'm gonna do this briefly before I go in that door. I don't know if I can order you
Hey,
to...
Benoit.
Come over here, Benoit. Oh, no. Alright, I'll go and see you. Can I
Yes,
say,
sir?
go and... Oh, what can I ask you about?
Do you know anything about anthrax, Bunny?
But not much, sir. I thought it was virtually wiped out.
Maybe you'd like
What?
to put that to a practical
Anthrax
test.
is
Oh, no, sir.
I mean-
Definitely not, sir. Most emphatically not, sir.
polio
I
and
thought
things
so.
like that can be
Underneath
wiped out
that
as
starched
diseases.
waiter's uniform, you are nothing but a worm.
I really must have checked, sir.
Why don't you run along to Uncle Felix, huh? Tell him you don't mind attending to his patients, just as long as they're only slightly ill. Meanwhile, poor Marquet is up to his neck in some damn cow disease.
Marquet? He doesn't have anthrax. I heard Uncle Felix discussing his case.
It was a test, Benoit, and you failed it. Now, do try to look more like a man who holds people's lives in his hands.
I try, sir, but I warn you, I'm hopeless at acting.
Yeah, that's why you're a doctor and not an actor. Although there is a very good doctor who also works with the Goes Wrong team, who does very good improvisational stuff on days when he needs to let off his steam, etc., and stop being a doctor and working on the forefront of viral research, I believe he is. So yeah, during COVID, he was doing all the stuff, and then going out and improvising his way through things. But anyway,
Do you still have that gauge I gave you?
Ah, yes. What do you want me to do with it?
on the cop. Oh, do it on him again.
Use
Seems
it
I can't
on
use
Eric
it on anybody else.
Sutmarsh.
Okay.
Alright, and now I'll go over here and through this door. Because I can't do anything else. Actually, did I hear your
He
description?
sat like a statue of a sack of
No, I did
potatoes, but the cop's eyes were as watchful as a hawk's.
Well, I've talked to you, and I'm going in.
Rather you than me, pal.
Hello! Anything around here to look at or deal with? Oh, a medicinal machine. Okay. Medical chart. Let's look at the medical
Another
chart.
graph, another life. On the top of the chart was his name, Jacques Marquet. I didn't need to be a doctor to read the graphs. Marquet was dying.
If they were going down, boop, 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 then yeah. And that's what he looks like. Wow. He looks significantly more beat up in this version. Oh, this one, he's got a tissue. In this one, the tissue has all been used.
Marquet's slim hold on life was being measured, monitored, and maintained by the machinery on the rack.
Well, let's see if we can mess that up then,
The machine was far too complex for me to understand.
Alright, hey Marquet.
Marquet was either peacefully sleeping or placidly dead. Rousing him in the latter case would take a miracle.
Fortunately, I was George Stobbart.
Marquet?
Yes. I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Itchy head.
Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lamar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassins.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster quickly. Tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them?
We've met. What about the Hashashin?
Is more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that.
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
There you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thank you. I can't recall what I need to do with
Thanks,
it.
Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
Kick in the door, quickly.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Oh, look at the old style and the new style. Oh.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr.
That
Braille working here.
He's an imposter.
There's no Dr. Stobbart either.
The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Oh, no.
Stand back, monsieur.
Doesn't work in the real world. And out the window. Dun dun dun! Back in Nico's apartment.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he
Briefly.
talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man?
Oh, a
Was
horrible
it Khan?
one.
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
All right. Okay. Let's go over these things.
Can you think of any use for
before we
this?
end.
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No.
No more guilty than stealing this priceless gem. Right, you.
Have you found out any more about the Knights Templar?
Yes, I have. The guy responsible for their downfall was Philippe IV, the King of France.
Yeah, I knew that.
Otherwise known as Philippe le Bel.
I could have told
I've
you that.
heard of him.
Well, he is known to history as Philippe the Fair. But I doubt if the Templars called him that.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
sure André will tell you all about him.
Oh dear.
Have you ever heard of the Hashi-Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again.
Well, should you?
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
That is true. Alright, hold on.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Very briefly. Have you got anything to say about... anything new to say about the tripod?
That's the tripod in the Croon Museum.
Alright, no, okay. And I think we'll go and do the Croon Museum before we finish.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one? Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, were you referring to André?
I'll let you work it out.
I mean, I can go and... Oh, we got our blood pressure gauge back. Let's save the exciting. No, actually. Yeah. Oh yes, no yes, no yes, yes. Let us save the exciting heist for next time. Yeah, we end it on the cliffhanger of the death. Yeah. So, yeah, there we are. And now, yeah, I have 4 faces now. So there we are. So yeah, all I have to say is, well, not all I have to say, but while it is doing it in the background there with the cars going along, I will say thank you, yes you, for having been here. Whether you were here live and in person or later on the VOD, the fact that you spent any amount of time here with me means that I appreciate you. You're amazing. Never let anybody tell you anything different. You are amazing, whether you're here or not. Yeah. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be it will be the escape simulator we're still doing for point and click Sunday, which is odd because we're also doing point and click for Friday and Saturday games. And yeah, we'll be back with this next Friday. Monday will be more Fallout London. Tuesday we'll be doing more. Maybe we'll be doing more Escape Simulator, or maybe we'll have finished Escape Simulator, and maybe we'll be doing more Broken Sword on Tuesday. We'll find out how that works tomorrow. And then Wednesday again, back with Fallout London. Nothing on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Broken Sword. If we haven't already finished it by then. We will find out. Hey, won't that be fun? Sure hope it will be. But, until the next time, which as I said is tomorrow, I have been Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that has been LMTDTMFFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels, and you have fun, and stay weird, your unique brand of weird. Everybody appreciates it.